Hey guys, my name is Crafty Kathy and I want to welcome you to my channel. I'm so glad that you stopped in to craft and spend a little time with me today. Today's video is a little bit different than what I usually do. I normally do all DIYs, but this time I wanted this to be a very complete video because I think it's going to help a lot of you guys. A lot of us have an addiction to bath and body candles. I definitely do. And this can go with any candle jar. This doesn't have to be Bath and Body. If you get your candles from, say, Dollar General, because I get those because they have really pretty jars. Sometimes I get those. These can be with any candle jar. I just have a lot of Bath and Body. And so I wanted to show you guys in a complete video how to get the little bit of wax that's left in there, that little bitty tiny layer, how to get it out very easily, how to clean these where there is absolutely no wax, and I wanted to show you some other things that you can do with it. I made 3 DIYs, and it is home decor that you can do with these. Everybody knows that you can use these to store stuff in, like we store our craft stuff in here. We even store stuff in the kitchen. Some people use these in a coffee bar. Some people give these as gifts at Christmas and stick like a whole bunch of little Bath and Body hand sanitizers. And I'm addicted to those too. So I do that a lot because I buy the hand sanitizers like 40 at a time. But we use them. We use every bit of them. But anyways, so long story short, we're going to have a little bit of a longer video today, but it's going to be very complete and I'm very excited about it. So after all this blabbing, let's just jump in. Well, as you can see, I have a lot of Bath and Body candles. I always have one burning. And I hate to say it, but this is just what I bought for the fall. I want to show you guys without taking up too much time. Always keep your ones definitely that have these beautiful decorative tops. I mean, imagine how beautiful that would be if you put some paint on it and some wax and it really stand out. And I want to show you guys how these, like in this smaller one, it's got pumpkins on the top. See how this residue's left in there and the sticker on the front? I'm going to show you how to make all of that go away. And I don't know if you know it or not, but these smaller candles have a longer burn time than the big 3 wicks. If you don't believe me, look on their website. Now, this is one that I had left over from the summer. I have a decent amount left in there. Maybe, just a tad bit in the bottom. I'm going to show you how to get it out the easiest way possible. All you're going to do is open up your freezer and you're just going to stick it in there. You don't have to do anything special, just pop it in. And I'll leave mine in there for at least an hour. Here we are after an hour and I just now pulled it out. Make sure you do this right when you pull it out. I like to grab a knife. You just grab any sharp object and just barely kind of pop it, and you'll see it breaks up into large pieces. I only kind of pop it maybe 1 or 2 times, and it's very hard to do this while I'm holding the camera in one hand and be able to show you. That's why it's a little tough to see, but see how it pops out? It comes out into 3 large pieces, and look, your jar is already kind of halfway clean. It's got the soot in the top and stuff, but that's no problem. We're going to stick it in some hot water with Dawn dishwashing liquid, and I'm just telling you, I think Dawn works the best. You can use these pieces and pop them in a Bath and Body Works candle holder because you have so many empty ones. And these little things on the bottom that hold the wick, they're very easy to pop out. And again, I'm trying to do it one-handed, but see how easily it just pops out. And you're going to throw that in the garbage. And then the wick there, that's just a wick that was laying on the top. And all you're going to do is take the pieces that you have there. It doesn't matter if you want to keep your scents separate, you can. But see, mine are all fall scents, and I know that. And so it doesn't bother me. I'll pick up different candles from, different pieces from different candles and pop them in my little warmer. Very easy. Or you can reheat this wax, put it in mold, and you have cute little molds. But I usually don't fool with that. I just break it off into chunks, and I'm going to stick it in my wax warmer. I keep my wax warmer over here in the corner. It's always going. And see, it's got red liquid in it right now because it's like a appley cinnamon. That's my favorite scent. This one is Frozen Lake. And I just pop it right in there. And it smells so good all the time. Now over here, I've got my hot water going with my Dawn Blue dishwashing soap. And to me, the blue is the best. It just has something to it that the others don't. And I'm letting my pieces soak. Look at this with all this wax residue that's left. I'm just going to throw it in there and let it soak for a few minutes. But you don't have to let it soak for a long time. Now, the secret that I use to get this wax out very easily is a magic eraser. And it's not even the magic eraser brand. I got mine from Temu. There's probably 20 in a pack. And it pulls that wax off the sides of these. Just let me show you. I didn't want to make this a really long, drawn-out video, but I do want to show you guys these steps because there's some of us that don't know that may just throw these jars away. Oh, don't do that. The ones that have the little plastic covers over them, you just cut them off just like you saw that I had done. And these are my little Temu, magic eraser sponges. I've got 2 of them thrown in there, and we are simply just going to wash these up. It literally just takes a few swipes of that magic eraser. I go around the top where that black soot is and anywhere where I see any of the wax. And look, like I was saying, it's gone. The little tags on the bottom, I wet it, and I just kind of scratch mine down the middle. My camera kept falling because I was trying to set it up instead of walking outside and getting my tripod because I'm lazy. And so, yeah, I just kind of scratch mine off. And it's got this gluey residue on the bottom, which makes it really easy to come off when you get it wet. If you can't get that glue residue off with your magic eraser, which 9 out of 10 times you can use that stuff that they have at the Dollar Tree, and it's called Glue Eraser or something like that. It's a dupe for the Goo Gone, and it's great. But look how clean these come out. Same thing for the tags. This one has a sweet cinnamon pumpkin, which is a great scent, by the way. And I'm just going to pull it off, but you will see it leaves some residue. Oh no, what are we to do? Okay, we're just going to grab our little melamine sponge. That's what the magic erasers are made out of. And we're going to scrub it, and it's going to be sparkly, and it's going to be beautiful. Look at that. It's gone. I also wanted to show you how that nasty black goop will come off on your sponge. It's that good. And you see, here's some more crusty bits that are up at the top. We're just going to go around with our little sponge. Watch this. Just a few swipes. It honestly doesn't take much. And it will be gone, and it'll be on the sponge. That's literally all you have to do. And like I said, you can do this with any candle. It doesn't have to be Bath and Body. It can be any candle. I just have an overabundance of them. And I didn't want this video to drag on so long. So let's just get into the DIYs that we can make with these. I got these beautiful golden reindeer from Dollar General, and they're $1 a piece. I just got them the other day. And you see they have a little bit of fur around them. Some have it around the neck, some around the bottom. I want to get that fur off of there. So the first thing that I did was grabbed my heat gun. I gave it a little bit of heat, and I just pulled it off. Well, actually, on the first one here, I just pulled it off willy-nilly, and then I had big globs of glue still left on there and a little bit of the fur, and I was like, ooh, that's not good. So then I hit it with a heat gun, and then I just pulled it off and used a paper towel to wipe off the excess glue. And while I'm doing that, I just want to stop for a moment and welcome every single one of y'all to my channel, whether this is the first time you've ever been here or the millionth time. I am so happy that you stopped in to craft with me and to see what in the world we can do with some of these candle jars that we have sitting around our house. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please hit that little red subscribe button and become a part of our family. Also, give me a big thumbs up, that's the like button, if you're enjoying this video so far. All I'm doing right here is just hitting it with the heat gun, just enough to make that glue melt, and then I'm going to wipe it off with my paper towel. Also, my reindeer had little hangers on the very top of their heads. I took my cutters and I just clipped it off the best that I could. And then I took my little finger sander and just kind of sanded it down so that it would be smooth at the top. Now, my plan is to go ahead and paint these anyway, so I don't care that, a little bit of the gold comes off. It's really not a big deal. I just want these to be, soft and no, like sharp points at the top. If you want to keep it Dollar Tree, use one of their little candle holders. I got this one for 50 cents at a thrift store. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take the top of my candle thing and my reindeer outside, and I'm going to hit it with the white Rust-Oleum 2 times. Meanwhile, while that's drying, we're going to use some of this gorgeous TDS transfers on the front of our jar. Now, these are made by my friend Brandy at the DIY Struggle. That's what TDS stands for. And she don't show these off enough on her channel because she doesn't want to be like, I created these. I know that's her reason. But guys, they are very, very affordable transfers and they're amazing. They're actually made by the same company that makes the IOD transfers, so you know that they're good quality, and they are a really great price point. I picked this beautiful one that says Farm Fresh Christmas Trees. I'm going to place it right in the middle of one of these candle holders that I left white. This one came white, and it's not like a little plastic wrap. It was already white, and I'm just going to lay down my transfer, and I'm going to use my little stick, not this stick because it's got glue stuck all over the sides, and it makes it really hard to use. But I eventually change it, and you just go over your transfer. You're going to rub it with your little stick. These also, the ones that Brandy sells, come with like a little credit card type thing, and those can be used too. My favorite method, honestly, to get these smaller transfers off is my fingernail, because I can get all those little tiny pieces off. And I have so much faith in her transfers that I don't rub it much. I'm just going to peel up the end here and take it off. And of course, if some little piece does not come up, sometimes the smaller words are a little bit tougher to come up. You just lay your little piece of plastic back down and rub it just one more time, and it will stick. Look at this. It comes off beautiful, no problem. And once again, I have all the faith in the world in her and her transfers. She also has all types of different rice paper and tissue paper that you can use. And like I said, all at a great price point. I will leave the information to her store and to her channel down below in the comments and in the description box so that she's easy to find. Go support our friend Brandy and get you some of these transfers. They are gorgeous and you will not be disappointed. I'm just wiping off a little bit of excess that was left over that I didn't get off with the Dawn on my jar. Now look how beautiful my little reindeer turned out. By now, they're already dry. We're going to use my beautiful Pentart Bronze wax. I love this stuff. I am quite addicted to it. I get this from my friend Lori over at Milton's Daughter, and you guys know that I get most of my supplies from her. I will leave her information down below so that it will be easy to get a hold of. I'll leave it in the comment section and in the description box. But guys, you should try out this color. I really like it better than I do the rub and buff. At Halloween, I use the antique gold rub and buff because I like that color for Halloween, but this bronze color is what I use all the rest of the year. I love it, and it's beautiful. All I'm doing is taking it on my finger and rubbing my finger across, and it's grabbing onto all those high points, all that beautiful detail that's on this Rudolph, this little reindeer, and it's grabbing onto all those details and just making a beautiful statement with this $1 ornament. I do that to all three of my ornaments. Sorry if you guys are hearing a lot of snorting and snoring in this video. My pug, Tuffy Tater, is very close by, and he just breathes like he needs a CPAP, okay, at all times. And the next step we're going to do is take our beautiful topper to our candle jar. This is the one that I took outside and painted white. I'm going to take my 3 little reindeer, and I'm going to place them in this formation. I'll leave it there, and I'm just going to use hot glue. Now, that's because I don't know if I want this to be permanent. But if you want this to be permanent, please either use like E6000 or that stuff from the Dollar Tree, that super glue. It's really good. Or even wood glue, like the kind that I use when I'm putting my molds down. That will give you a permanent hold. The hot glue will not be a permanent hold. Next thing we're going to do is take our little candle holder that we took outside and painted white. I'm going to place it on the top to make sure that it's going to be steady and that I've got my little reindeer positioned where they need to be to hold it up, and it is. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is just put a little bit of the glue on the tops of each of my reindeer. And I'm going to lay this little candle holder right back on the top. Give it a second to dry. I even placed one of my candle jars that had beads in it just for a little bit of heaviness on the top. And you can either put like string lights in this like I did, or like a little battery operated candle. And this is done, and it's gorgeous.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat.
For the next DIY, we are going to start out with these beautiful TDS transfers again, and this time I'm going to pick the little Santa Claus. We're going to use a green jar that was already kind of like a green frosted look, and it's one of the balsam scents that come out at Christmas, my favorite. And I'm just going to cut out my little Santa Claus here. But just as I started cutting Santa out, I was about to place him down on that green jar, and something said, no, let's don't do that. Let's put him on a clear jar. And then I was like, a clear jar's not going to be good enough. I remember that I had purchased some of that spray paint that's like frosted glass. I got it at Amazon. So I took this clear candle holder out, and I painted it with that beautiful frosted glass color, and I'm going to bring it back in and show you how it looks. If you do the frosted glass, it's best to do it with at least 3 different times going over it in very thin like sprays. You don't want to just glob it on because it'll make it run. You do 3 like smaller sprays, and it gives you this beautiful frosted look. Now we're going to put Santa on here. So I peel him right back off the carrier, the backing, and I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to do the same thing that I did before, and I'm going to use the little tool that you can use to just kind of rub over it and get all this to stick on here. I've noticed that some transfers that have tiny words like this or like musical notes, they're a little bit difficult to get off, but this one came off very easily. I have all the confidence in the world in Brandy's transfers, and look how beautiful that is. I'm going to use one of these decorative lids on this one. And this one, for some reason, reminds me of like a Christmas sweater. And I pulled out my rub and buff, but you know what? That's not good enough. I've got to use my bronze color by Pentart. It's my favorite all year long, except for at Halloween. I do like the gold at Halloween. But you see, I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger, and I'm simply just going to quickly rub it over all of these raised notches, and this is going to be gorgeous. When I'm buying these candles at Bath & Body, I always look for the ones that have the decorative lids because they're very nice, and some of them are just absolutely gorgeous. And I don't know if y'all know about this or not, but Bath & Body candles go on sale one time a year. It's the first Saturday in November, and just Google it just to make sure that I'm correct on my date, but it's their big candle sale, and every single candle in their store is only $10. Now, that's the cheapest it is all year long. I had to use that green frosted looking candle also because it's gorgeous. I thought this beautiful candy cane at the top with the typography down at the bottom would be perfect. So I cut it out, and I'm going to do that exact same thing. Lay the carrier sheet down, and then I'm just going to rub over it and then pull it off and reveal that gorgeous candy cane. Just take a look at how beautiful that is, just the way it is. I'm going to take these little pieces I got from Hobby Lobby. They were half off, so they were only $1.50. They're little candy cane pieces. I'm going to put just a little dab of glue on the top, and then I'm going to hold it there for a second so that it will stay there. And I'm going to put this on one of the little candle holders that are new or newer at Dollar Tree. But I took it outside and I spray painted it. These are the ones that I'm using. I spray painted one black and one white. And I'm going to take my little gingerbread pieces. I got these at Hobby Lobby, and they were half off of $3.99, so $2 for a pack of about 10 of them. And I'm going to place the little girl and the little boy up on the top of my little peppermint. Sorry about that. I left my glue gun on for days, and if you do that, the glue turns that ugly brownie color, and I wanted to get the rest of that glue out of there so it would be clear and you wouldn't see like brown at the bottom of their feet. So I just stuck them right on the top where they look like they're kind of walking off the side. And when I flipped it backwards to show you, it fell off. This is why I said it's not permanent, because I'm using hot glue. But no worries, I put it back on there. With the little gingerbread pieces on the top, it's just kind of top heavy. And when I flipped it over, it just fell right back off. But I glued everything right back on. And I couldn't stop there. The little gingerbread girl had a tiny little bow in her hair, and it just wasn't crafty Cathy enough for me. So I took one of these small bows that I purchased off of Temu, and I just kind of pulled the tails down to make it as small as I wanted it. And I'm going to use that and stick it over top of the bow that she came with. Now, if you ask me, that's much better. We have to have the big bows because it just looks better. Now, the next thing I did was grabbed a pine cone, and I'm going to use this snow paste. I get this from Lori at Milton's Daughter, and I had it from last year. It's a little bit dry. I've got to get some new this year. Now, this stuff has a consistency that I can't even describe. It's very thick. It feels like you're using paint mixed with sand is kind of the way that I would describe the feeling of it. But when you put this on anything, it makes instant snow, and it's gorgeous. Now, like I said, mine was thick, because I need some new. And I just ran it through this pine cone anywhere that I thought it would look good, like snow had freshly fallen on it. And then I'm going to take some of my Sulin glitter that I get from Amazon, and it is in my Amazon store. I do use a lot of glitter at Christmas time because I like that glisten that it gives when you have all the lights off and the candles on. And this is my favorite glitter. It's just like iridescent, it's beautiful, and it's very sparkly. I'm just going to put a little bit on here, kind of pepper it on, and I'm going to put this on the top of the other jar. Now, the very last step with these candy jars is to add a bow onto the white one with Santa Claus. I get these at Walmart, $4.97 for 10 bows. Nothing really matched the green one, so I didn't put one on there, but I hope you like this. I think they're so beautiful.
Christmas is just around the corner, coming up just around the bend. Holiday couldn't be here sooner. Holiday for family and friends. And we've got pine tree pine.
Now, since this video is a little bit longer than my others, the last one is super fast. I'm just going to use a clear candle jar. You can put any kind of little knick-knack in these, but I decided to use some of these beautiful little gingerbread guys. And then I'm going to use some of these bells. You can put pearls in here. You can do whatever you want. We're going to use some of these beads. Now, these are the beads that I used like 2 weeks ago for a video. The longer that these beads sit in water, they get kind of murky. So if you're going to have a party or whatever, they're good for probably 3 or 4 days, and then they start getting a little murky. Now, I had trees in the bottom of this, so it gave some of them kind of a bluish hint. All you do is put whatever you want in your jar inside of it, and then you're going to just fill it up almost to the top. I put way too much of the balls, and be careful because these things bounce and you'll have balls rolling all over your desk, you know. So, anyways, I grabbed my little gingerbread man and woman and I stuck them down in there. And the next thing we're going to do is just grab some regular old water. We're going to use good old little squirt, and I am going to fill it up and show you the way it looks when you add your water. You'll notice as soon as the water gets in there, it just turns clear and you can see all your little pieces floating in there. Now you can take like a little skewer and fix the little bells or whatever you have in there exactly where you want them. I just used my finger because it doesn't matter to me. And then I just pulled all the excess balls off the top because I had way too much. I'm going to use this little battery operated candle that turns on when it hits the water. I hope you like it.
Look, here comes a holiday for family and friends. Christmas coming just around the Christmas coming just around. Christmas coming just around the bend.
Hey, if you stuck with me through all of today's video, I just want to thank you so very much. I am so thankful that you're here with me. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And also, if you did like this video and you found some value in it, hit the like button because it really helps me out on YouTube. Also, leave me a comment. Let me know which one of these you like the best. And let me know some of the things that you do with your empty candle jars. I have so many, and I have a lot more ideas other than this. So if y'all want to see some more, honey, I got them. Now, don't forget that my videos are every Monday and Thursday, normally at 7 p.m. I do have a big collab coming up on November 10th, and I will tell you more about that in the next video. It's going to be with some amazing crafters, and it's going to be awesome. But guys, I love you all so much. I will see y'all next time, and take care of yourself and your families. See you soon, Lord willing, and that creek don't rise. Did you know that if you're on a tablet or an iPhone that you can touch on my face right here and subscribe to my channel? You sure can, and I would love for you to do that. You can also touch on the video that you see here, and it'll take you to that one when this one's finished in just a minute. God bless you and your families.